What's going on, everyone? Happy Saturday, December 11th, 2021. Hey, we don't normally do shows here on Saturdays, um, but because of the lack of the shows that you guys have been able to be accessible to throughout the week, I felt like it was necessary to come on here for 2 hours, and do a show and give you guys some content. We got a lot of things to talk about. Before you do that, well, before we could get into any of that, you know what we have to do. Let's give our thanks to what makes this show possible. Let's first off and start thanking StreamYard. StreamYard is the studio home of the J&J Talk Show. If you're looking to create your own podcast, YouTube videos, or even looking for your virtual business meetings and videos, StreamYard is the place to go. Head on over to StreamYard.com and start making your dreams a reality. Also, let's give a shout out to Place It. Place It. Create your mock-ups, logos, videos through Placeit. The J&J Talk Show is proud to be using Placeit to create all of their logos and promotional videos. Placeit is by Innovato. Head on over to placeit.net and start your free trial now. Also, let's give a quick shout out to Canva. Okay, our commercial breaks in order so that we don't get flagged, we don't get marked up here on our YouTube channel. Canva has been a wonderful tool to use in order to make all of our equipment, all of our videos edible. So it's not edible, accessible. So head on over to canva.com and start your free trial there. Also, Epidemic Sound. Discover your world-class artists, composers, and bands. Find your perfect soundtrack and give your social media accounts the music they deserve. Epidemic Sound is a licensed music and noise effect link. Check out Epidemic Sound for more information. Last but not least, Stream Elements. With one click of a button, easily create and start selling your merchandise through Stream Elements. Is that simple. Stream Elements gives you the platform with a handful of objects to sell. Simply upload and create what you want to sell and allow Stream Elements to do the rest. They create your store, they create your merchandise, and they deliver your merchandise and give you your profit. Stream Elements makes merchandise simple to sell. Head on over to streamelements.com for more information. Listen, that's it. That's all it is. Hey, if you guys are listening to us on YouTube, okay, if you guys are listening to us on Spotify, feel free. All right. There's no reason why you guys can't check out an episode here through YouTube, Spotify. Every episode's posted up there. We're working at expanding our brand, so stick with us. Also, if you want to reach out to us, hey, we got our Facebook at the JJ Talk Show. We got Instagram. We got Twitter. We got TikTok. Got a lot more to talk about with TikTok here. Just a moment up. Hey, we got 2 hours leading into you. So, hey, welcome. Grab your popcorn, grab your drinks, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show right here on the J&J Talk Show. What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the J&J Talk Show. We are excited to be bringing you a 2-hour episode. I mean, like I mentioned, we have not been able to um, give you as much content throughout the week, and we're hoping to change that. And that's why I came on the air today to kind of give you guys a little bit more. I got Jake in the studio. We'll bring him in here in a moment. Listen, it's been a long week. If I could honestly say, at least on my end, I've been ups and downs, left and right. It's a holiday season. 2 weeks from today will be Christmas. So that getting excited through that. Hey, talking about Christmas, if you guys are still looking for that right Christmas present for that special someone, I would like to invite you guys out to streamelements.com/JJ Talk Show. It's merch.streamelements.com/JJ Talk Show. And there you're going to find all of the J and J Talk Shows merchandise that's available through there. Proud to be using Stream Elements to be able to have a platform that does all the work for us. So all we got to do is upload what we want to sell, and then they take care of the rest. So if you're looking to find that right present, buy one of our merchandise gears and start wearing us proudly wherever you go. Listen, I also like to give a quick shout out. Trey's introduced me to this local Kentucky Woodworks. It's available on Facebook. Not too bad. They make ornaments, little personal items. If you're looking to find and make, want something personal, head on over to Kentucky Woodworks. Save $5 off of 10 ornaments or more by using the promo code J&J Talk Show. Okay, basically, hey, go on Facebook, order some stuff through this guy. He makes everything by hand. All right. He carves anything out, anything that you want. Okay, ornaments. I know he does some other stuff, and he'll send it to you. And he has a great business. Go out and support the business. I'm hoping to get some stuff out there, hopefully soon. But and like I said, use our promo code JG. Let us know. Hey, Justin, Trey, and Jake sent you over from the J&J Talk Show to come buy some stuff, and he'll give you $5 off there. So, great to be using that. Also, I want to give a quick shout out coming up here December the 18th, which is next Saturday. All right, if you guys are in the local Cincinnati, Kentucky, Northern Kentucky area, we have Fight Before Christmas event coming with NWF, a local wrestling promotion down at the batting cages down in Covington. We have Juice taking on Titan, a tag team match coming up your way as well. So there's a lot of action going on. $8 if you order online, or you can head down to Disco and Dance in Florence and buy your tickets. 15 bucks front row and $10 at the door. I know I'm going to be there. I'm excited. So check it out if you guys are in the local area. Here's what I want to share you guys something before we get into our program. I was on the, I checked my social media accounts last night. We all share TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, stuff like that. And last night I was on TikTok. I am somehow fascinated about is it AMSR on TikTok? How they kind of more of the relaxing where they had the Yeti microphones and people just spend hours doing making noises, soft calming noises. I was so I was I was listening to one of those and I checked updated the checked the account. Come to find out, it was on Friday. It was around 7 o'clock. It was about 40 followers to our channel. 5 minutes later, Trey's texting me. Trey sends me a message. Says, "Hey, look, have you checked our TikTok followers?" I'm like, "No." Well, I was like, "Yeah." Last time I checked, it was at 40. I was like, literally less than an hour ago. He was like, "Check it again." Next, there's over 100 followers on our TikTok page. And I don't know what Trey did. I mean, I know he explained it to me. He'll explain more tomorrow about what he did exactly. But I'm like, he's putting us on the map. And so I like to take this time and just thank Trey because, listen, he doesn't have to do any of this, but he's the one who created our Instagram page, our Twitter page, our TikTok page. He's got me using TikTok, which I never thought I'd be making videos. Jake's been a part of it. He's really getting ourselves out there with promotions, and he's doing everything. He's always working on how to get our content out there. And somehow from 40 to 100 in like, I don't know, 5-10 minutes, phenomenal. I guess he joined, from my understanding, he joined one of the Sports Nation live streams, promoted us, and like 60 people jumped over and started following us right away. Okay, so I want to thank everyone that's new. Okay, because I've also been checking out on YouTube. I know we're getting more followers, so I want to welcome everyone first to the J&J Talk Show. All right. Thank you. Whether you guys are the new friends from Jake that's bringing over for Thunder Valley Racing, whether you guys are just tuning us in for the first time because you see us on other promotional ads and whatnot, we thank you. We welcome you guys in. Hey, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. We also like you to comment down below on each and every video. Let us know how we're doing, what you guys want to hear, what you guys think, and also, if you want to reach out to us, we have no problem talking to you personally, whether you're on Facebook, whether it's on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. We're all on social media on the J&J Talk Show and is more than willing to talk to you guys about anything, anything. So let us know. So we thank you. We welcome you guys to our show on this Saturday. All right. We got a lot of going on here. We got our main focus today on today's episode is going to be Ring of Honor, the last possible event that Ring of Honor holds. Could be. I'm hoping not. I really don't. I have been a distant Ring of Honor fan, but we'll get into it. I know we're gonna me and Jake's gonna also take down and break down some Jeff Hardy content and what happened over the last couple days ago with him being released. So, all right, listen, enough of me, enough of my ugly face here on the screen. Let's bring in the one and only, a good time friend who's paid a lot of tributes to our show, and great to have here. And let's welcoming Jake. Jake, good morning, good afternoon. How are you doing today on this fine Thursday?
Thursday, you
I'm
mean
gonna say
Saturday?
fine. Saturday, yeah, Saturday.
um,
Man, I'm already off.
um, what's good, y'all? Good morning, good afternoon, whatever time you guys are watching this from or seeing this from. Just happy to get a chance to be here on this beautiful Saturday afternoon. Well, it's not so pretty with the weather. I also do want to send my thoughts and prayers to everyone that's been involved with the tornadoes last night and this morning. I know that there's been a lot that's happening over like the last 24 hours, so I do want to send my condolences, my thoughts and prayers for everyone that's been getting hit by these tornadoes and everything. It's been very, very scary and very, very crazy to say tornadoes in December. So, just be
It is.
strong, be safe out there, and be careful.
Yeah. I know you know, some gusty winds and heavy rain out here in my area. So, and I know that, I know northern United States is getting hit with snow. I know the West Coast is getting hit hard. So, wherever you guys at, all right, I want to
Yeah.
just give a shout out. Jake said it the best. We want to wish you guys the best of luck wherever you guys at. Be safe out there. Listen, I know work is, we still have to go to work and it's a holiday season, but be safe the first and foremost. I would hate to see
Yeah.
anything happen to anybody. All the tragedies so far this past weekend, and just to kick off the weekend, and else worse. I was kind of changing the subject. You're on our show last Sunday,
Hmm.
and we had
Yeah.
ourselves. I was you're talking about the viewership. We're getting
Yeah.
more views. For me, I get for there's just some sort of part of me that get extremely excited, and it makes me feel like, hey, now because we're getting people tuning in and listening to our episodes, it makes me want to do it more. And hey,
Yeah.
it makes me, hey, I'm whatever I'm doing is right because someone's watching us.
I agree because it's like when I wake up in the morning with a cup of Mountain Dew, it helps me, and it sounds really redneck, but yeah, it helps me try to be able to think, what can I do to help the show out? What can I do to help Justin and Trey out with the show? And ever since I joined, or ever since last month, I mean, I feel like I've been working my hand in off just to try to be able to promote us. I mean, with Thunder Valley Racing, we've gotten a lot of
Mhm.
viewers now, and I feel like the best is yet to come for this podcast. So I do want to tell everyone that's watching this or listening to this, thank you guys from the bottom of my heart and all of our hearts. You guys have pretty much made us to where it is today, and without y'all, we wouldn't be nothing. I mean, without Justin, we wouldn't be nothing. Without Trey, would be nothing. I mean, it's just plain and simple. I mean, we're all a family and that loves to be able to talk about sports, wrestling, racing. It don't
Mhm.
matter. It's just it gives us a platform to be able to hear what people want to hear. And whether if you listen to us on Spotify, then hey, that's great content enough. The fact that we're on Spotify, YouTube, and of course Facebook, just it makes me happy to say that it's growing from here on out, especially with everything that's going to happen next month from starting on out. It's going to continue to get better for us.
Yeah. Hey, listen, we got a lot more to talk about that. We're going to spend the first part of this show talking about what's coming up next year. I also have some towards the end of the year. We have our top 10 um, comebacks of the year, top 10 athletes. We're going to go over that on when you guys can listen to that here. And then we're going to talk about some Ring of Honor as well. So we have a lot going on here. And so the way I say it here, okay, you guys, like I said, grab your coffee, grab your
That'll do.
popcorn, hot chocolate, whatever you guys want. Sit tight. We got 2 hours here. And coming up next, we'll discuss a little bit more. Okay, so guys, don't go nowhere. We got 2 hours here, right here on the J&J Talk Show. I thought maybe it was probably the best way to start off the first segment of the show by honoring Blackjack Lanza in his passing earlier this week. Um, let's take a moment for that to sink in because this next 15 minutes probably ain't going to be the most hype time. Um, he's one of the guys that's really paved ways back in the day of wrestling. Some of the lot of the greatest.
He's paid away a lot for the wrestlers, and he was definitely one of the greats. And yeah, it's hard to believe. I mean, I'm very saddened to hear about the news, and definitely send our thoughts and prayers to his family for this loss.
Sorry, that was
Y'all good. Y'all
decided to
good.
try to replay itself.
Y'all good.
It is definitely hard when you think about you know people passing. Um, yeah, I hear stories throughout the week, and I can't really speak off of my personal experience because I've never gotten the chance to watch him live. I have heard a lot of great stories in everything that's going on, or in his life, and I've heard he's one of the guys who will tell you how it is. I've heard
Yeah.
stories from Bully and Tommy Dreamer and Mark, and he used to run some of the live shows back in the day, all those house shows, whatever you want to call it, and
Yeah.
he would be your straight up guy. He would give you ins and outs. He will give you excuse, not excuses. He'll give you leeway, and but once you cross that line, or once you made it a repetitive thing, he would sit there and say, "All right, I got to do my job, and my job is to go higher up." So, um, it's it's a tough hit. It kind of makes me feel older in the sense because I come to think of we talk about Jack Lanza passing away, people growing up to listening and watching him.
Yeah.
It kind of makes me feel like eventually, and I talk about passing away, it it makes me feel like one day my idols are gonna pass away, right? Guys like
Yeah.
The Rock, guys like The Undertaker, um, guys
Stone
like
Cold.
Rick Flair. I mean, all the Hulk Hogan, right? Who is looks like he's starting to go down. What I think he's been seen with a cane over
Hmm.
the past this past week. Um,
Yeah.
we just got rid of, we just heard some great news coming out from Jim Duggan, right? How he beat cancer, which is a phenomenal thing. But when I think time catches up to you, and eventually even the guys that we watched growing up are gonna
Yeah.
no longer be there. Big Show, Mark Henry, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Ric Flair, Sting, and it's just the people who grew up watching Blackjack Lanza. I can't just imagine the people who feel remorse or mourning over his loss. So we hope that the friends and family of Blackjack Lanza is doing well. We send them our prayers here right here on the J&J Talk Show. Talking about passing away, I got a question for you, Jake.
Yeah.
Does
Yeah. And
this man deserve the 10 bells also?
yes.
I
Yes,
know
he does.
he's not a wrestler, but he deserves 10 bells of silence.
He deserves 10 bells for an
All
incredible
right,
player.
let's give him 10 bells on the next passing here. I had to ask about that because it definitely hit me hard. He's a young kid still. but it definitely hit me hard to hear about Demaryius Thomas, and just reminding us of everything that he did with the Broncos in the days, and definitely heartbreaking. I would say the least. Definitely sad.
Yeah, definitely sad. And crazy thing is that he passed away at 33 years old. 33,
33.
and you know what? That it just I was playing with Trey on Madden, and I got the news. I seen it. I was thinking this can't be real. This can't be real. And then I saw it on Chisel Donna's Instagram that it was real. So even though, like you say, even though he's not on just someone's favorite team, you can admire everything that he's done for the Broncos. I mean, you got to think about the likes of Tim Tebow whenever he first joined with the Broncos and the run that they had. Whenever he played for Peyton Manning, I mean, I seen a post earlier from Sanders, I believe, who posted the pictures of how close him and Thomas were together, and it's crazy. It's just crazy the fact that someone who's incredibly talented, who was a
Mhm.
Super Bowl champion and just had the run that he had in his whole career, who recently retired not too long ago, and then here we are talking about this man. And I can tell you this: the moments that he's lived with the Broncos, the moments that he's lived with every football fan there is, will definitely be lived on forever, because
Mhm.
Demaryius Thomas will be one of the best receivers without a doubt, and he will always be remembered. And I did read some news about tomorrow's game with the Broncos that they will be having a tribute to Demaryius Thomas up on the video board, and then they will also be wearing a special decal with the number 88 in honor of Demaryius Thomas. So,
Right.
like I would say, like I said for Blackjack Atlanta, my thoughts are not only for his family, for his friends, but also to the Broncos nation out there who is hurt by this, who is to every fan who is a fan of Demaryius Thomas is hurt by
Mhm.
this. I do want to send my condolences, send my thoughts and prayers, because y'all are it's definitely tough for y'all, and I really hope everyone's is gonna get through this, and eventually I know y'all will.
So I will say this here: you are defending me. If I get any hatred for putting, because normally the 10 bell salute is a wrestling thing. So
Yeah,
if I get any comments hatred for the 10 bells, you are backing me up on this because
I
you
am.
agree to that. Listen and listen. I mean, Demarius Thomas is all right to be with the 10 bells as well. When we talk about these two passings, Blackjack Lanza, Demarius Thomas. When I remember Demaryius Thomas because I was down in San Diego and we get a lot of Charger games. And, when you had the Chiefs and the Broncos go back and forth, the Chargers and the Broncos, you really hate the opposite team. And
Hmm.
whether you're a heel in wrestling or a baby face, you're playing a role. And, unfortunately, it's like the Chargers, it's like the Bengals and the Steelers, right? Let's get into your field.
Hmm.
You may not like Joe Mixon, but if something happens to Joe Mixon, it's a reality. You're not gonna. I mean, I will never wish anything horrible to Ben Roethlisberger, and I think Trey could say the same thing too. No matter how much he doesn't like Ben Roethlisberger, you know, you're not gonna go hate him. Okay, you're
Yeah,
not gonna go wish death upon him. It's the same thing. Like you guys don't, the Steelers don't like the Ravens, right? But you're
yeah,
not gonna go. But when you lose a guy like a Lamar Jackson or a John Harbaugh. Yeah, John
Harbaugh.
Harbaugh.
Yeah,
Oh my.
yeah. Pretty much.
It's not gonna. You're gonna. Listen. You're gonna take the game aside and then focus in on him. When we talk about wrestling, okay, I remember. Who's the biggest heel right now, or who do you hate absolutely the most? Guys like Roman Reigns, guys like Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, but no one wishes that much hatred, or when something like this happens, you really take it aside. And you know um Demarius Thomas, I got the honor of watching him several times. growing up in San Diego. You're still such a young person, and it really just values how short life is, and how, especially around this time. I mean, we're 2 weeks out from Christmas. When
Yeah.
families get together intentionally, um, and we're seeing uh, these athletes and these superstars, unable to make it through that year.
You actually brought up a really good point because to me, it's like, like you mentioned the Steelers and Bengals. Like, it don't matter, how big of a rivalry is. To me, it's about the person itself that's making the performance, that's making the impact, whether if it's on the field or outside the field. I remember, I can't really know what player that passed away from Bengals, but yet I remember I was in tears for Cincinnati because of how much of a player he was and how much he meant to the organization. So pretty much, in everyone that's in the NFL, whether if you like him or if you don't like him, you have to respect the performance
Right.
that they're willing to give, whether if it's running, passing, don't matter, because at the end of the day, you're looking at the person itself, and that's like with the Broncos rivalries, with the Chiefs, the Chargers, and the Raiders. Whether y'all didn't like Demaryius Thomas, you have to respect the fact that he gave his performance. He put everything he had in the NFL, and that goes with every single NFL player that is in the NFL right now. Whether you like him or you don't like him, admire the performance, admire what they're doing for their team and for the league
Mhm.
itself. And
Yeah, I'll leave this things off of here. I mean, um, if it wasn't for those heel characters, if it wasn't for being that good of a player, right? Um, you wouldn't have no entertainment if you think about it. I
uh,
mean, look at, just you as a Pittsburgh Steelers fans, honestly, you actually want Baltimore to play well. You want Cincinnati to play well because that gives you a reason to tune in. It gives you a reason to root for your team, and gives you a reason to root against the other team as well. So, I mean, it's all part of the job. But listen, the J&J Talk Show gives condolences to friends, families who knew both Black Jack Lanza and Demaryius Thomas. And we keep you guys inside our prayers and thoughts, especially how close holiday season here. Listen, we spent, I think, a 15-20 minutes on this. So let's take a break. Let's regroup. Let's wipe our tears from our face, because they're going to want us to move on just like anyone else. So we will be right back on the J&J Talk Show.
backwards, yeah. Immature lover who don't use big words, yeah.
Alrighty, welcome back here on the J&J Talk Show. We gotta get hyped up. You know, we spent the last segment terrible, just terrible under all circumstances here. Jake, listen, coming up here, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Army versus Navy, MetLife Stadium. A lot of talk, a lot of hype in this game. I'm excited. I mean, I've never been excited about an Army-Navy game as much as this one. And I don't know if that's because we're doing a talk show now. But I'm not, this is a whole nother level when it comes down. This is kind of like the kickoff to the bowl games. And I'm going to be honest with you, the bowl games aren't really that appeasing here.
Yeah,
But we get
this
Army
is
Navy today.
I would say this is a really huge step and yet a really great start for bowl season, and plus a much bigger capacity with Army versus Navy. I mean, you can't ask for a better game than this, and yet this is going to be something I think everyone's going to enjoy. So yet, if you're watching this game, just take time, enjoy the game, enjoy the crowd, enjoy everything that's going to happen today. It's going to be a classic.
Yeah, 3 p.m. available on CBS. I would recommend, if you're not doing anything this afternoon, tune in, watch the game. Like I said, I think it kicks you in.
Also, if you guys do not have CBS on your cable channels, you guys can actually get a chance to download the Paramount Plus app and get yourself a subscription. Yes. And make sure you guys check it out, because that's how I watched the Bama versus Auburn game. If I didn't have Paramount Plus, then I don't know what I would do. So check it out, Paramount Plus and on CBS. It's a
talking about Paramount Plus. I want to mention something here, and this is a little off topic. So I was just listening to this on Friday, and Paramount Plus has been getting bigger and bigger with CBS and everything that they promote on their product. So Survivor, right? That reality show. That's about to come to end this weekend, I believe. Tomorrow night, I think it comes to an end. Or this weekend, or next week. Anyways, Survivor comes in. I don't necessarily follow it. I'd rather watch the Big Brother than Survivor. Let me put it that way. But up until yesterday, I didn't even know that Survivor. They don't just have it in the United States. They have it in Australia and all these other places. And so starting, I believe, I don't know exactly the dates, but starting soon will be an Australian version of Survivor. And I'm trying to think, and it's available on Paramount. On Paramount Plus. If you have it, they have the Australian Survivor, and I'm just kind of thinking to myself, I'm like, just imagine what it would sound like to us if we would listen to what type of action they would have for Australian Survivor.
Oh man, but I do say this, and if this is for someone who's had Paramount for like the last couple months. If you guys have not given it a try, it's not just for CBS. It's also got MTV, VH1, Nickelodeon. It has all the old school Nickelodeon shows for all of you guys who want to relive the old shows or the old cartoons.
Cowardly Dog, Cat Dog,
the Cat Dog, Jimmy Neutron, Fairly Odd Parents, Rugrats, all grown up. I mean, you name it. Ned Declassified School Survivor Guide. It's got everything. And
hey, I just want to tune in here. Hey, Trey, what's up? What's going on, man? How you doing? Trey, the camp is here. I know you can't be with us live, but because you don't want to wake up so damn early. But hey, thank you for joining us on YouTube. Now he's out. Wait, way to go.
But yet, it's also got Ridiculousness, Wild and Out. It's got a lot of shows to it. If you guys want to get a chance to try it, if you guys have an Apple device, this is what's so great about Paramount Plus. You don't have to use your credit card or anything. You just go get yourself an iTunes card, then boom, you have it. You got yourself taken care of, and then you don't have to worry about taking money off your card. You can just get yourself an iTunes card, and bam.
I wasn't expecting promoting Paramount Plus today, but I think
I didn't either. But yet, I didn't either. But yet, I figured I help those out who are trying to get a chance to watch the Army versus Navy game. You'd be like, "Well, I don't have it."
Definitely.
Well, yeah, Paramount Plus is your best friend. It also covers the NFL games, and I believe some of the college basketball games too.
Well, yeah, no, I definitely agree. Sorry, I was just reading the comments down below for Trey. Well, you know what, Trey? I will tell you this. We will, I don't know, Jake. I don't know if Trey's told you. Me and him and Justin is all going out to a kind of a holiday dinner at Applebee's later on this afternoon. So we're gonna get a chance to actually meet up. And
I
the one thing I would tell you on that, because I love doing the shows with you guys, but
yeah
you and I have never met in person, and I'm like,
yeah
we need to meet sometime next year. We're gonna have to get together a few times and meet. And me and Trey do the show too, but he's
hmm
never. I mean, I think the last time I saw him was last Saturday at the wrestling event, so we don't necessarily see each other other than outside of other than every time we do the show. And I was just talking about moving forward. It would probably be nice if we could have each other on, one on one, face to face. Because I mean,
yeah.
let's face it, nothing wrong with Trey's equipment, but he has that 7-second delay or 5-second delay in conversations. Um, uh, well, Courtney, hey, listen, you guys get some rest because we got to see you guys tonight. Um,
I do have
but
a
yeah,
favor
no,
though.
it's all about we're gonna have to get together and do a show, actually in person.
I do have a favor though, and I want this from either you or Trey. Since y'all are going to Applebee's, I know Applebee's has a Mountain Dew exclusive over there. I need y'all to try that for me, please. Try that new
What
Mountain
is
Dew
it
that's
called?
always exclusive.
Send me a link. Send me a text of what it's called,
I
and I'll
think
give
it's
that a
like,
try for
I
you.
mean, Trey has it. I'm pretty sure he does, but it'll say it on the menu or something like that. It's like dark berry or something like that. I don't know what it is, but the problem is, and like where I'm from, it's like we don't even have an Applebee's. Like the town next to us used to have one, but they took it down. So there is
Right.
no Applebee's anywhere near I am, unfortunately.
We're talking about moving on from the show and what we're gonna do next year. Um, I think we're throwing you under the bus. You're gonna be probably we're gonna be picking on you a lot this year.
I
This
I'm
coming
ready.
we're gonna have that segment of you're gonna give us a list of everything you have not tried, and we're gonna do try. We're gonna have a segment called "Try with Jake," where you just try, try different things.
This is going to be a failure. This is going to be a disaster. Also, what's up with this new segment I've been hearing about the luck of Jake from what I've been hearing
I
from
don't know.
Trey?
I don't know. I want to hear more about that tomorrow. Trey's gonna come on the show. Tell us more about that tomorrow. Exactly what type of? I guess you guys play Madden against each other, and out of nowhere you get lucky by interception. And I
Yeah,
like it because there's a lot of new features on the live versions when you play with each other online, like on
yeah,
the modes and how you guys the moves and all that stuff on the new Madden game. So I love that,
yeah.
but apparently you get lucky with that. So
So, if you guys have not checked it out on Facebook, it was actually Courtney that picked the two teams. I was the Falcons and he was the Ravens, and he threw an interception, or sorry, I threw a pass, and the defenders tipped the ball off while one was waiting on it. I caught it and ran for a touchdown. So, yeah, make sure you guys check it out. We'll definitely talk about it tomorrow with Mr. Trey himself tomorrow night.
well, Courtney says that Trey's got knows what it is, and Trey is planning on getting it tonight. I'll probably get it tonight too and see how it goes, and then we'll get it rubbing in your face. But you know what? I think ultimate goal is you Trey and I probably need to find a way to get together, and it would be lovely to do a show. Maybe get you to do a trip out here sometime in the summertime,
Yeah, I
and
would
to
love
do a
to.
show together, like live together as well. So
Yeah,
hopefully that comes on sooner than later.
for as long as I've known Trey and for as long as I've known Courtney, the crazy thing is I've not got a chance to meet them in person. And the thing is, though, is that once I do get a chance to meet you guys and Justin as well, it will definitely be a
Oh,
lot of fun. So we'll definitely have to plan that out coming up
oh,
next year.
fucking a, hey, bub, why don't you move your ass out here? Why don't you just move out here? You
I've
won't have
already
to
been
drive 10 miles just to get to a gas station.
okay,
Living in the middle
okay,
of nowhere.
okay. It's more like 20 minutes just to get to a gas station, but that's not the point. That's not the point there. You don't need to go after me like that, Justin. So you gotta watch it. You gotta watch yourself.
No, I think we're gonna build. I think it's gonna be interesting. Who's gonna be the heel guy, and who's gonna be the heel and babyface?
I already know you're going to be the heel. I mean, it's plain and simple. I already know you're going to be the heel.
Listen, Courtney, we know that you two know each other. I mean, that's how. I mean, I got introduced to you, by Courtney and Trey, and yeah, I mean, you could honestly say, you and Courtney go back a little longer ways. But
Yeah.
uh, let's give you credit where credit's due, Courtney. Trey much, Jake a lot more. Trey, Jake a lot more, and definitely. But we'll have to figure out a way to get us all down. The fact that we know that you even haven't met Courtney or Trey, I think, is an issue. We'll have to get that resolved this year. I
I
mean,
agree.
if Courtney and Trey would like to go to SummerSlam, you're not that far away from SummerSlam in Nashville, Tennessee. We should have all took a trip to SummerSlam this year.
I would definitely love to get a chance to go to my first ever WWE event, and that would be going to SummerSlam. One of the biggest parties of the summer is what they're known. And plus, got to pull a little Chris Hilton. Of course, got to be smooth as Tennessee whiskey there. But either way, it should be a lot of fun.
I mean, hopefully, you know what? I'm gonna do what I can. I'm gonna see what I could do and try to make our first meeting at Nashville, Tennessee for for SummerSlam. I know I've been talking to Courtney and Trey. We want to go out. It's the closest. It's the closest it's ever been to Cincinnati. So, yeah. Trey just brought up here that that we need to bring you to NWF. Yeah, I think you will like local wrestling promotion just to get in front of it, but that's a whole nother issue. Well, let's get you out there. Anyways, I want to talk about something here. Spending enough time, gets and shit, shits and giggles here. Let's talk about some Jeff Hardy. So earlier this week, Jeff Hardy has been released. Let's take you to the story behind back last week where he ran out during a match. He ran out and left through the stands or fans, right? He never went back to Gorilla. So I'm going to tell you what I found, what I knew, and kind of break that down with you. So last Saturday night, they were doing a tour. Okay, before we get into that, Trey is going to piss you off today.
Moving on, continue talking about the Jeff Hardy situation. Moving on.
I think we need to take some time, and before we can talk about Jeff Hardy's situation, we need to talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers losing
to
the Vikings, because I know there's going to be a lot more to talk about Jeff Hardy, and because we're about to go to break, let's talk about this. Your Steelers lost to the Vikings, but here's the thing. The NFL has made such crappy Thursday night football games that I wouldn't even I tuned it off. I didn't even watch it. I think I just checked my phone once in a while throughout the night. And it was, I think at one point, if I'm not mistaken, the Vikings were up 23-0. 23-0.
Yeah.
What's going on with you?
Right now.
Is that the last primetime game for Pittsburgh?
No, I mean there should still be some more primetime games, but right now, I knew Trey was going to say something about the Steelers losing. Of course, my mom even said something about the Steelers losing.
Trey, I just need to send you the link. You need to join in our show.
But right now, I feel like, all thing I'm gonna say is that if it wasn't for Chase Claypool doing a little dance move, then we could have won the game. But yeah, unfortunately, we lost to a team that lost to the Detroit Lions after we just beat the Baltimore Ravens. And I'm gonna blame you for this. I'm blaming you for this because
why are you blaming me for this? This is Trey.
Because you picked the Steelers, and that the last time you picked a team, the Bengals lost. You picked the Steelers, we lost.
But the reason why I picked the Steelers is because the Steelers. Listen, I'm going for Big Ben. I want Big Ben to end off the year with the bang, right? I mean, does he not deserve to go out on top at least? I mean, as best as he can, at least winning the last football game.
Yes, but the problem is the last two games you've been a curse. You root for the Bengals, they lose to the Chargers. You root for the Steelers, we lose to the Vikings. You're no offense, but you're a curse. You are a curse. I'm afraid. I'm afraid.
Well, listen. Apparently, I'm a curse, but I root for the Lions, and they won their first game. So, what type of curse am I?
You're a mixture. You're a mixture.
I
I don't
mean,
know.
I don't know. Listen, I mean, here's the thing. The First of all, Thursday night football was Steelers Vikings, the two teams that did not beat the two teams, not one but two, because the Steelers tied did not beat the Detroit Lions. Don't give me that crap. So you got to blame, you got to own up a little bit. Two,
Ah,
the Steelers still have an opportunity at a postseason run. That's all I'm worried about. The only difference is that if the Steelers would have won Thursday night's game, the Steelers would have knocked out the Vikings at a playoff chance. But now you giving the Vikings on the other side of the field opportunity to attack for or contend for a playoff spot. But
oh, th-
here's what I'm worried about. Because one, I feel like Pittsburgh's better than how they played on Thursday. They should never been down that far. But listen, here's my ultimate thing. Let's face it. When you sit there and you're down 23-0, you can't expect to play the catch-up game and win. You
yeah.
just can't.
No, no, and the problem is with the Steelers right now. And for those who didn't watch the game, Steelers didn't have
I
enough
mean, the
time on the
first
clock.
first half, I think the Steelers held them down to what, 10 points?
10 points, yeah. I see whenever I was watching the last final minutes of the game, I was on the headset with Trey, and the problem was they didn't have enough time. They didn't have any timeouts, so Steelers had to do whatever they could to
Well,
stop the
because they were
clock.
so far behind, though. I mean,
Yeah, that's
that's the
because
first issue.
they were so far behind. But then all of a sudden, now the second half, they're trying to make a comeback. But the problem was, and I'm even going to say this right now, is that Chase Claypool, the guy who's supposed to be in charge of the receiving core, turns out to be a Juju Smith-Schuster Jr. by doing a celebration after getting a first down, knowing full well you're supposed to go and try to score before the end of the clock. And the problem was that didn't happen. Claypool's like, "Oh, look at me, got a first down, time to celebrate." Yeah, and I'm like, "What are you doing? What are you
You
doing
know
to
he
waste your
got yelled
time?"
at. You knew he got his ass chewed out from the
Roethlisberger
head
yelled
coach.
at him. He talked about his frustration. He said that should not have happened. Tomlin was mad. Everyone was mad, and I'm hoping next game
Well,
that Claypool learned his lesson.
here's the here's here I guess here's the ultimate say. I heard this earlier this week. I was like, listen, he's a great player, but he's not there yet. He's not that ultimate player because he should know his surroundings. He should know what type of situation he's in when it comes down to taunting. I mean, when when you sit there and you do something like that, you should know. If you're a veteran
Yeah,
player and you're a top star player, you should be aware of the game, where you're at in the game, and what you can and can't do in order to help your team out. With that being said, the NFL. Here's the thing: NFL really cracks down on taunting, and you know what? I don't mind the taunting. I've accepted it on the baseball level,
yeah.
some of the taunting, and I really don't care for it. My microphone's all messed up.
But the thing was in this situation, and I will admit this, I'm surprised that we didn't get a taunting penalty because of what Claypool did. I was really surprised by that, but I don't know. These whole taunting things is starting to get really old, and especially with some of the younger guys. I understand Claypool has been there, since last season. He's a 2-year veteran. But the
Right.
thing is that you're supposed to be a 2-year veteran. You're supposed to know what the situation's going on.
Well,
Your
that's
team is
exactly my
down.
point. I just told you that.
Yeah, and yet the thing is that Claypool's not been really the player that we really need ever since he joined the Steelers last year. I mean, he's talked about, well, can we listen to music during practice? And Thomas said no. And it was one of the older Steelers players that said that these players need to know how we trained, how we practice, not just by the way that they're training today. And I
Right.
mean,
Well,
you have to
you
work
know,
hard. You have to put in the
Josh
amount of
Tomlin
effort.
is also a older coach. I feel like eventually you do have to realize that there will be a new direction of the NFL. Um, down the road. Yes, I put this up there because I knew you're going to get pissed off because Trey says the best thing about the whole situation is Pittsburgh losing. Um, I listen, ultimately here. Um, yeah,
Pretty
I'm
much.
an old classic. I'm an old classic guy.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem you listening to music, but here's the thing. I would have speakers set up and playing one generation of music while practicing and working out, right? I wouldn't say, "Hey, no headphones," but I'll get speakers out there and we'll get some sort of music out there during practice.
The
I'm that old
problem.
classic guy though. I
Yeah.
mean, listen, it kind of vibes up the energy a little bit, right? Get you pumped up, motivated. Here's how classic guy I am. That type of guy that I rather have you're going to dress in suits or
Yeah.
you're going to dress professionally
I
compared to
think
some
if
people, do funny fancy stuff.
I think NFL has made some sort of deal with the headphone company. I think it was like Bose or something like that. Bose, I don't really know, but yet the players would have to wear the headphones if they want to go out and practice a little bit, so way that they can be able to sell the product. And I mean, I've seen commercials where they
Right, and I
mark that.
understand that, like pre-game wise, that's fine. Let me do it, but when you're on interviews and whatnot, yeah, that's fine. Wear the product, but when you are practicing as a team and you guys got to stay focused, regular speakers in the area should be better than headphones because that way you're not listening to people.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know exactly how to fix the situation, but he should have, Claypool, right? He should have
yeah.
been, like you mentioned, he's 2 weeks, he's 2 years into it. I know he's not no, Von Miller, veteran type caliber, but you think about, hey, here's your next level guy. It comes down to being okay. You have to be able to control your emotions at certain
Yeah.
times. So,
Yeah.
but Pittsburgh
I,
locks, man. I don't know what to tell you. I am maybe lost, but I don't count them out yet. I still think they have an opportunity. But hey, clock's ticking, man. Clock's ticking, especially for Big Ben. I would love to see Big Ben one last time in the playoffs.
Me too. Me too. But yet,
But
definitely,
I'd rather
definitely got more
have
to
him
come
end
out.
off of the right note with the win. That's the other issue. I don't know
Definitely
about
got more
you.
coming
Let me
out.
know. All right. So when we come back, we will talk about Jeff Hardy. We also got Ring of Honor coming up later on tonight. We'll discuss that right here on the J&J Talk Show.
Oh, I can't let him take my soul. I can't let him take my soul. Nah, 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 no. Oh, I can't let him take my soul. Nah, 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 no. See, we was cool right before he hit the fence. But he hit the fan when I got.
Alrighty, we can take it up for 2 hours here on the J&J Talk Show. Want to give another quick shout out to Kentucky Woodworks. Check them out on Facebook. If you want to buy ornaments, any custom-made wood stock cravings, check out Kentucky Woodstocks on Facebook. Save $5 on 10 ornaments or more by using promo code J&J Talk Show this holiday season. I know Trey's working with them extremely. We'll get some more content out there and some more promotions going out there for him as well. But we also got, if you're in the local area, NWF Fight Before Christmas this Saturday, December 18th, where Juice takes on Titan. Some other actions. Tickets available on nwfwrestling.com. Also, you gotta head on over to Disc and Dance in Florence. You know, man, Trey just loves heating you up. Jake.
Hello?
Hey, I don't know, what did I say? I said something wrong.
I think Justin might have some
Woodworks, not
technical difficulties. I
Woodstock.
don't know. I
Woodworks.
can't really see or hear him.
What?
Can anyone see Justin or hear him in the comments?
Yeah. Because, hello?
Justin, if you can hear me, I don't know what's going on, but you don't have your camera, or I cannot hear you at all.
Hold on. We are gonna have this. Let's see.
I think we're having some technical difficulties, guys. Give us a couple of minutes.
Let's figure this out. I don't know what's going on with him. He's all over the place. we- Let Jake figure this out down in the comments below. Hold on. Let's figure this out. Gosh. But oh gosh, Jake. Yeah, some technical difficulties there. Listen, I don't know what to do. Go, Tracy, listening to me. I would wish just one episode, just perfect between the start to finish episode here. But hey, it's a Saturday. Let's see if we get Jake back on. Jake?
I can see and hear you. I can see. I didn't know what was happening. Like, the screen was black on my end. The screen was black. I couldn't see or hear you. I straight up couldn't see or hear you. I only saw the like. I really couldn't see or hear you. I was like, Justin, are you there? But now
You were. I heard you. You're perfectly fine on my end. I don't know. You're just you're crazy here.
my apologies, y'all. I guess it was my end.
You're
But
not
I
sorry.
didn't
Don't
really-
be sorry. Stop being sorry. It's called getting a laptop. I know we got to work on getting you that. I think it will be a much better getting you a laptop.
But
all right. So listen. Listen. I love Trey. Trey comes on the show. Leave us a comment down below. Hey, he loves making you mad. We love making you mad. We know how big you are with the Steelers. He says, here's also someone during the break here. Hey, maybe, Jake, is this for you? Maybe your chance to become a Bengals fan.
a couple of weeks ago, whenever the Bengals beat the Steelers, Trey was like, "Hey, I have an application for you. Do you want to become a Steelers fan?" I said, "Is it in paper?" He goes, "No," but I said, "If it was in paper, I'll use that as toilet paper. So no, thank you."
Well, no, we do everything online now, so no paperwork.
Well, still, though, I'm not taking that chance. And I know you offered. You said maybe you become a Rams fan. What? Just to get my
What
hopes up
about
and
the
be
Rams?
disappointed?
Come on.
Okay, no offense, but I don't want to get my hopes up and be disappointed, especially whenever you guys play the Cardinals on Monday.
Oh Lord. Oh my
So.
God. Oh my God. Trey, all right, you're gonna come on tomorrow, and we're not gonna talk nothing about wrestling because we need to hear your games and your strategies of what we want to do with the coming up second. Hey, all right, let's get right down into Jeff Hardy. Let's talk about Jeff Hardy because Trey is distracting us here, and we got to talk about Ring of Honor. And I got one more thing I got to talk about here also. So, real quick, Jeff Hardy. He fled his performance back on last Saturday and went straight home, abandoning whatever he had in the arena, all his gear and stuff like that. He was asked from WWE to join to do rehab. And Jeff Hardy turned that down, which led to WWE releasing him. So, I mean, listen, here's the thing. Here's what I want to tell you something because I'm sick and tired of people getting on fucking Jeff Hardy's ass.
Yeah.
He came out here for 20 plus years and put on extraordinary matches. People, and he started something that people wouldn't normally do. Doing dives back with Edge and Christian. He was doing dives. He was doing swanton bombs. He was putting his body on the line before people put their body on the line like that, typically. And he came out each and every week. And this is what happens to most wrestlers. What happens when your ass gets beat up? You got to take medication. Now, listen, I don't know Jeff Hardy's personal life. I know whatever media tells you about medicine and alcohol, whatever his addictions has. But let me tell you something. Jeff Hardy is doing fine. You heard it from his wife. You heard it from Matt Hardy. And if this means WWE can't handle it, then WWE can't handle it. I understand why WWE released him. They were going to give him a drug test. He was going to fail that drug test. Which was going to lead into suspension. He didn't want that. He is doing stuff to take care of himself. WWE had to do their job. Let's face it, right? I mean, if you don't want to follow our rules and and our regulations and our policies, then we don't have any other choice. That's fine. But let's stop breaking ass on Jeff Hardy. I mean, he's been in pain. You can see it each time he's in the ring. I don't feel like that pain. I don't feel like he sells us on crap. He's actually in pain because Father Time is catching up to him with all the dives that he used to do.
Yeah, and I do want to point this out, and I've seen a lot of ridiculous comments, especially to those who are saying it's like Victory Road 2011 all over again. First of all, no, it's not. Second of all, this is not like the way it was when he took on Sting back in TNA. This is nothing like that. For all of you guys who say that, needs to stop because it is ridiculous.
Right.
Because he's nowhere near that. Because Hardy is doing what he needs to do to take care of himself.
Hardy was so bad on Victory Road. For people who weren't aware of Victory Road, a TNA Impact pay-per-view within, he had a title shot opportunity with Sting, and he came down to the ring so intoxicated that he couldn't even perform a match. There's YouTube videos out there, and he's nowhere near that. He's able to function. But man, let the man be.
At least in this situation, at least Hardy, whenever there was something wrong, at least he left himself. At least, there was a situation, instead of, that situation in Victory Road where Sting had to pin him and boom, the match was over. At least he knows that there was something wrong, that he had to go out for himself.
Right. The only thing I would tell you that I don't like on this situation, because I'm hearing articles or rumors out there about okay, what's next for Jeff Hardy? I know there's conversations about bringing back the Willow gimmick and to AEW though, and the broke, the bring back, the Jeff Hardy gimmick that he
Brother
did,
Nero.
yeah,
Brother Nero.
Brother
Yeah.
Nero, and I know that I've been told that there's some difficulties or some potential difficulties for him to join AEW with everything that's going on. But so the one thing I think that I feel Jeff Hardy is a WWE superstar. I feel like he's his home is WWE. I kind of wish, like, you talk about, okay, when is it time for him to hang up the boots?
Mhm.
And you kind of wonder, well, he may not never get another chance in the WWE for
For a
to
real long.
have his dream match, his last match, or end out the way he wanted to go. But I guess my other question is that what other wrestling promotion is really going to want to pick him up with the struggles that they're going to have to deal with?
To me, I personally believe that in Hardy's situation, he doesn't need to be worried about any other promotion. He needs to focus on taking care of himself because Hardy is, he needs to take his time, get the medication he needs, get whatever it is that he's trying to do to take care of himself. As far as promotions, don't worry about other promotions. Right now, I mean, his brother Matt is doing very well in AEW. I understand what he wants to bring back, Matt and Jeff Hardy. But the problem is, though, is that in his situation, he can't really do a match unless he has to get the medication he needs. He needs to be able to take time to heal his body, to be able to heal his mind, and most of all,
But
to heal
I guess
himself.
that's the other contrary note here, because Jeff Hardy, I really don't think that he's going to be able to do that. I think, moving forward.
You know. But the thing is,
Um,
though,
Here's
I'm not,
my thing.
yeah,
I want to just point this out. Jeff Hardy is not going to be able to have a match without medication.
yeah.
He may never be completely healed or recovered. These injuries he has is going to carry on with him for life. So I don't think he's going to be in the best, absolute best position to put himself in until he's retired.
And plus, for those who don't know about Jeff Hardy, you guys got to understand the situation. Is that the fact is that this man has went through a lot of matches that he's very well famous from the TLCs to the ladder matches to the high flying
I mean,
stunts, from dropping
coming
off a 20
from coming from facing Team 3D and or
Edge
the
of
Dudley
Gresham.
Boys and Edge and Christian, all those epic battles, from the dive that he did, Swanton from off of the scaffold. Was it with Shane McMahon or
No,
what?
it was on Randy Orton, and you also got to think
Oh,
about
Randy Orton. It was on Raw
it,
though.
it was on
But I mean,
Raw.
he's done
Yeah.
it a lot. I mean, what about those WrestleMania Swanton bombs? I mean, he came back 4 years ago, did a Swanton bomb to the bar on the ladder and went through the
Mhm.
clash through the ladder. I
And
mean,
there,
every move takes a toll.
And also, you also got to think about what he did outside of WWE. He also competed against the Monster Abyss at Bound for Glory,
Oh
and he
yeah,
jumped off a higher Swanton bomb. And he also
yeah.
had his battles with Matt in TNA when it comes to Brother Nero and all this other stuff. He did a lot for that. So yet, there comes a time to where as much as he's put his body through all the ladders and all the tables and everything that he's put himself through, the man has done a lot. And and I want to send a shout out to Jeff Hardy because he for all he's done in his career, the high flying moves, he didn't have to do it, but he chose to do it for the fans and to bring excitement. I mean, the thing is, though, is that we will always remember Jeff Hardy as the man who always done extreme stunts, whether if it was in WWE or in TNA or even Ring of Honor for that matter. The man
Right.
did a lot, and he needs to be able to take time to be able to recover and try to be able to
Uh,
relax and stop worrying about wrestling.
Here's the statement here. Jeff Hardy, I think if he's going to sign with another promotion, I think it would probably be with AEW. There's going to have to be some strict regulations and hand holding if that's going to be happening. But I think he will be put in a better situation. Like, you think about Sting, right? He's not being thrown out there every single week to put on a match. I don't think Jeff Hardy will be in each and every match, each and every
Mhm.
week, doing matches, which I think will, honest, in my opinion, will help him out. Um, and I think, listen, I think his story, I think Jeff Hardy's story right now is better told in either AEW or um I think Jeff
or
Hardy's story, his real story. I'm more attracted to Jeff Hardy's real story. I'm sorry. I'm reading the comments down below because Trey, instead of showing up on the show and say, "Hey, send me the link," you rather just comment. But
yeah.
here's the thing. Jeff Hardy, I love his when he went to Impact and got a chance to tell his story.
Hmm.
I liked him the best. So
Yeah,
I think he's
and
going to get the best opportunity to finish himself out on the main storyline, either with AEW or Impact Wrestling. I can see him go to AEW. There's going to be some regulations for that to happen. But whatever
see,
the case may be, I will finish it off on this statement. I wish Jeff Hardy the best. He's a great guy. He's entertained me a lot. I've tuned into a lot of his shows. I don't want to see this end. I want to see this ending the way he wants to see to end it.
yeah,
But like you said, take care of yourself is the most important thing. We've seen football players, we've seen retired Navy veterans or military veterans, go through so much trouble. Wrestling is another institute of issues. You see things like Vader and Ric Flair that you just can't get out of wrestling once you get in it because that's all you knew all your life. So
yeah.
whatever Jeff Hardy's doing is going through, take care of himself. We wish him the best of luck, and we'll keep you guys posted throughout the time.
Yeah. See, and I do want to add something to this. And you actually brought up a really good point when it comes to the whole Sting situation. You don't really see Sting get involved like one-on-one matches in AEW. That's because he's taking care of himself. He's getting involved with these tag team matches with Darby Allin, and yet you see him doing some incredible stuff. And I really, really hope that if Jeff does come to AEW, that he just needs to be in just simply tag team matches like Sting's doing, because that helps him take care of himself. He don't have to be out in the match for too long. I mean, he's just trying to be able to be careful, like Tony Khan would with Sting. And if
The
Tony
only
Khan,
reason, like the only athlete that I see out there right now that is really doing something significant is Billy Gunn, but he looks fucking phenomenal with his age. He looks better than he was when he was with Road Dogg.
with Generation X, and yet the thing is,
Yeah.
though, and the crazy thing is that besides Billy Gunn, there's some athletes who are at their age and they still look incredible. I mean,
I mean, look at the Rock and Roll Express. They're still I mean, they probably
Rock and Roll
don't necessarily look like they should be in the ring no more, but they still carry themselves.
And the thing is, though, is that even Sting, even at his age, he's still out there looking incredible. His
He
first
can still
match,
wrestle, but Darby
I mean,
Allin, Darby Allin in those tag team matches, he takes a lot off of Sting.
yeah, and the thing is, though, that's what I want to see with Jeff Hardy. He doesn't need to get involved with anything extreme. Yes, before you have Jeff get involved, you're gonna have Matt turn face. So yeah, you're gonna have to do whatever you can to make sure that Jeff is with the company and
What
he's with
about
his
Jeff
brother.
Hardy turning heel?
I don't really see that happening. I don't really see that
I can see it
happening
happening.
because the thing is, though, this ain't no immortal situation like he was with TNA when you had Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff. With Hardy's situation, he just needs to be with his brother, plain and simple.
Yeah. Hey, listen, we gotta take a break. When we come back, we got some Ring of Honor action coming your way. Breakdown.
Yep.
Is this the final Ring of Honor event, period? Or will we see them in April? Plus, I know I've been asking you to hold it all episode long. Jonathan Grissom will face a unanimous opponent because Bandito cannot appear because of COVID-19. That coming your way next here on the J&J Talk Show.
Stay tuned.
need safety. Tell her I can't snake me. Ray Gunn off safety. My girl so tasty. Tell her it's your world. She want the two-tone spaceship. Blow smoke screen daily, so the stress don't phase me. I'm going, I keep it factual. I'm on sabbatical. I'm out of Central America.
We're gonna have what's called, I want to call it Daily Ditty. Basically, you guys tune in. We'll do on a rotating cycle. You guys get to select the music for the day, for the episode.
Cool with me.
That'd be nice.
Cool with me.
Listen, let's we're talking about giving back. I am obsessed. So I don't really watch TikTok often, but they have these things called ASMR. Have you heard of those? Where they
I've heard of them.
all they do is just they take those Yeti microphones and they go live and they just make these random noises on the microphones in a silence. Kind of, it's more of like a relaxing tone with just kind of help you maybe fall asleep.
Yeah.
And they do some crazy, some weird things. For some reason, I'm so addicted to them. The one thing I want to also promote, shout out to, if you guys are viewing our show on YouTube, please hit that like, share, and subscribe button. It's one thing to watch it. Also, like, share, and subscribe button. Press the notifications so you guys can tune into each and every episode right here on the J&J Talk Show. Listen, I know a lot of things have been going on. We talked about the weather earlier on in our program. I want to get wind back to it. Trey just posted something out. I want to give a shout out. Wish anybody who's been involved in those tornadoes down in, I believe there was tornadoes in Missouri. I know there was tornadoes in southern Kentucky, down in the south. So anyone who's been involved, I know cities have been destroyed. We wish everyone the best, and hopefully, you guys are, we'll, give you anything we can to support, for everyone. Hopefully, I know there's lives lost, so, we give our condolences to that. So, listen, it's the, every year we go through it. It's you can never be prepared enough. I saw a video that down in southern Kentucky, that a Amazon warehouse roof was ripped off from a tornado that came by. That was like late last night. So if you guys are in those areas, please be safe. You guys could always reach out to us if you guys need any help, and we could do what we can to help you guys on that situation. So, we're changing our show coming up at the beginning of the year. Here's what I need from you, Jake. I need you to give me, I need you to start working on giving me ideas, segments, things that we could fill in each and every day. Because we got 5 days of content. And I tell you that, sometimes it's all of, I'm having a brain fart today. It's what happens when you tie me up in the comments. I need someone else to read the comments from now on.
I actually there's some ideas, but outside of what I do for here in the broadcast, and I am a musician, so I would love to get a chance to have some sort of announcements for us.
We're gonna have a jam session here. JJ Talk Show is gonna have a jam session every Saturday night with Jake and Justin.
I can just pretty much announce the big albums or the songs that have been released, because every Friday night I'm always checking my Apple Music to see what new music's always out, and and plus I would love to get a chance to say, hey Joe, so and so has a new album, and they'd be like, okay, then they'll immediately tune in.
Well, I'm hoping that Courtney. Well, yeah, I mean, we could always, promote new music also on our show. I know that Courtney is also big about Twitter and the outside, like the lives outside of wrestling, and those like the Total Divas and all that stuff. So we're trying to get a segment on here, and so she can kind of give us the inside feeds of all of that. I know you and Courtney. Hopefully, we could working on playing a game. Courtney versus Jake. coming up, like a segment once a week where you guys pick us like a category, and there'll be music trivia questions.
See, now I love Courtney, but she don't know my knowledge the way I do. So yeah,
I
sorry,
don't know if
Courtney.
you want
Like,
to start that. Do you want to start that? Do you want to really? I mean,
I
they're
mean,
on Facebook, they're on YouTube here commenting. Do you really want to
I,
start that battle? I think she'll come on and rip
the
your new
thing
ass.
is, I grew up listening to music. I grew up with music thanks to my oldest brother Matt. So, I mean, my knowledge. I mean, test my knowledge, if you will, because I know my
I
knowledge of
am
pronouncing it
actually
on
ready.
music.
So, yeah, I'm actually ready. I'm excited for that to come. I don't know how it's going to turn out. I'm thinking of some ideas because I was originally thinking of where maybe where one of you guys will both get the same questions, and then you guys will, one of you guys will tune away. But I don't want you guys cheating, so we may have to do something a little different.
No.
Um, uh
Oh boy.
oh. She's calling you out. Watch yourself,
See,
Jake. Watch yourself, Jake. Oh my! This is
anyways,
gonna be a
we
battle.
have. So yeah, just like the comments,
Hey,
we got to
hey,
focus on.
hey,
Hey,
hey! But
hey.
here's the thing: if you guys are listening and you guys have ideas of how we can make our product better, please let us know. Any games you guys want to hear us playing, we're up to trying any different segments. Talking about that. All right, listen. It's here. The reason I say it's here because Ring of Honor is tonight. Tonight, the possibility of being the last and final paper of event for Ring
Oh,
of Honor is
okay.
finally here. Chesapeake Employer Insurance Arena, Baltimore, Maryland. All
Yep.
right, that's where it's going to be held place. I believe it starts at 7 o'clock tonight.
7 to 8 o'clock tonight,
They
and yeah,
really
what?
have a impactful lineup here. We're not going to get to every single match. All right, so Jake,
No.
hey, calm down, relax. We don't have to rush it. We got 30 minutes of talk. Well, about a little less than 30 minutes of talk. But
Yeah.
I want to ask you a few questions here.
Hmm.
Well, I really want to ask you this question here before we get into the matches.
Hmm.
Will this be the last Ring of Honor event?
As someone who loves the company, someone who got a chance to experience Ring of Honor and independent wrestling itself outside of TNA and WWE, I really hope not. As like a fan, I really hope not. But for the situation they're in now, unfortunately, it's gonna have to be until April. So for right now, unfortunately, yes.
And so, for people who aren't aware of, this is the story that Ring of Honor is going on a hiatus up
Hmm.
until April. What they're doing, they're basically just shutting down. Listen, we got to shut down. We're in a financial struggle. We're going to shut down. We're going to get rid of everyone, work on rebranding ourselves, wait until the beginning of the year, and work on bringing everyone back. The reason why I'm asking you that is, this means there's a lot of athletes that won't be here no more, right? Uh,
Yeah.
and their opportunity is to go somewhere else. When they get done after tonight, all these guys are going to be free agents. Now, we talked about some of the guys like, Angelina Love could be going back to Impact Wrestling. We have the Bros, right? Brothers, the
Brisker Brothers,
Briscoes. The
the current.
possibility, I know there's rumors about going to AEW, but then you have, you just have Moses, O'Shea Edwards, just to name a few, Shane Taylor that I got a chance to hear from. There's going to be a moment where a lot of these athletes don't have jobs come tomorrow, obviously. And
Mhm,
I guess the question is, I talked about this earlier with somebody this morning. AEW, it sounds good,
mhm,
but they're pretty packed up in their talent. And so my concern is that if you're on the match card tonight, especially the guys who are on match cards tonight,
mhm.
and you look at possibly, hey, AEW, are they going to guarantee you a top of Dynamite episode, or are they going to bring you down into dark? And what would that really do to your career on one side of things? Because you really want to get into a promotion that is going to get you going,
Yeah.
right?
Well, to me,
But then, and I'll let you have the floor here in a moment, but I also want to include, okay, well, what about Impact? Impact, New Japan Wrestling, great, but they're not as well known as AEW. And then you think about, well, do they really want to sign with WWE with all the all the athletes they gotten rid of over the? I mean, almost 200 employees have been let go over the last 2 years since this pandemic. So there's no job security in WWE. Do you really want to sign with NXT and try to go that route? Or, so there's a lot of questions out there of what you could do for these wrestlers at the end of tonight.
To me, the way I feel about this is that there's plenty more opportunities, just more than just AEW. I mean, there's Impact Wrestling, and the thing is, there's New Japan Pro Wrestling for the American side. I know, Jonah, who used to be in NXT, he just recently signed with Impact and went over to New Japan as well. So I mean, there's a lot of great opportunities. Or for guys like Bandito and all that, you can get a chance to go back to AAA, go to CMLL. Or
The
for
only
guys,
reason why I bring this up is because, I mean, yeah, a lot of these athletes have other gigs elsewhere.
yeah,
But here's the problem, because there's still a handful of these athletes that this is their main show. This is their
yeah.
main product. And moving forward, these other athletes that have gigs and elsewhere, they're just going to go on and continue their business. But these
Mhm.
guys who made Ring of Honor their home and their number one selling point, it's like, okay, where do we go from here? Because Impact sounds nice, New Japan sounds nice,
Yeah.
AAA, NWA sounds nice, but they're not at the level of WWE or not as well promoted as AEW. Then, like I said, you look into WWE. Do you really want to get, there's no job security there right now. So do you really want to get your foot in that door? And then if you look at AEW, there's so much talent already stacked up on top of AEW. It's like, okay, well, am I going to get the right push with
Mhm.
AEW, or am I just going to be a YouTube TV dark, episode?
To me, though, this is the way I feel about this, and I'm hoping that this is coming from a wrestler's point of view. If you're a wrestler, and yeah, I understand, the money pays your bills and whatnot, but if you're very truly passionate, it doesn't matter where you're going to go. I mean, NWA, it may be small, but at least it's something. I mean, they're on Fight
Right.
TV. With Impact Wrestling, same thing, but except they're on Access TV. It doesn't. If as long as you're very passionate about what you're doing, then it doesn't matter. I understand AEW and WWE are the big companies and pays a lot of the moolah. I understand that. But the thing is, though, is that you have to understand from a wrestler's point of view. Money may be great, but it's about still doing your passion, which is wrestling. It doesn't matter whether it's going to independent shows, going to Japan, going to Impact Wrestling, or even going to Mexico. It doesn't
Right.
matter because as long as you're still doing what you're doing, then you can say that you're still doing what you're doing best, and that is wrestling. And I feel
I
like
guess
that.
the only thing that I'm downgrading on myself on, I'm not worried about the money. These guys ain't worried about the money, or else they wouldn't be in
No.
Ring of Honor. But my thing is that they've worked hard to get to where they're at in Ring of Honor. When you walk into a new promotion like Impact, you're not going to be at the same level. You got to go right back down. I mean, and that's given. I'm not really even complaining about that. I'm just
Mhm.
saying, like, Brody King, Homicide, they're all gonna do fine. But you take a look at some of these other guys, like Marty Bella, Allison Kay, some of these other people are gonna maybe, hopefully not, but find struggles to make ends meet for a while until they can find somewhere where they could call home again.
Well, the thing is, though, with Allison Kay and Marty Bell, they're actually the current NWA Women's Tag Team Champions. So, I mean, they're all good. They're all good. And the way I feel about it is,
Okay, I
if
use the
if
wrong
you're
names. I mean, but
Yeah,
you know
I
my
get what you
point.
mean, though. I get your point. But the thing is, though, is that people, no matter what company you're in, they're still going to recognize you. So let's say, for instance, if I was Chris Dickinson, well, let's talk about Chris Dickinson. He's known for, being in ICW in America. He's known for being in GCW. He can carry whatever he brought to Ring of Honor, and he can bring it to any promotion he feels free. I mean, he's doing it right now in New Japan in America, which is really awesome, and he could be able to take that somewhere elsewhere. And as long as they're still doing their job, don't care about the money. Don't care about the money. Just say, give me a match. Just give me a match at some promotion. Fans will still recognize me for who I am. Fans will still understand, the type of wrestler, the type of individual that I am, whether if it's in Ring of Honor or if it's outside of Ring of Honor. And I'm not worried about these wrestlers because I know at some point they're going to find some sort of home. I know Josh Briggs, who is currently in Ring of Honor, he just recently did a dark match for AEW. And yes, that's dark matches, that's fine. And as long as you're still doing your job, which is wrestling, that's what matters to me. That's what matters to them.
Well,
That's what
then let me
matters
ask you
to the
this.
passion.
So we answered that on the athlete side, but I want to answer that. I want to ask you this on the Ring of Honor side, because they're talking about not opening it back up until April.
Yeah.
Okay. If that's going to happen, we still don't know. There's no confirmation. Obviously, get through the holidays, refigure out what you guys have to do. With that being said, I mean, if the Ring of Honor does happen up, because listen, wrestling has really grown over the last couple of years, especially through this pandemic and, with all these other promotions. It's really, if you compare to wrestling from 2015 to today, it's really expanded in many different ways. And I think a lot of that has to do with, AEW exposing that. But, if, I would hate to see Ring of Honor, go, but there's still a chance of them not, coming back, which is going to be heartbreaking. But here's my question to you. If they do come back, okay, if Ring of Honor decides, hey, we're going to open up with April, all these athletes going somewhere else, is there going to be enough talent there? And I'm not like, okay, I get it. As of watching NWF, there's a whole bunch of wrestling promotions. There will be a talent to go there, but I still feel like you're going to have a few top stars that you may not be able to get.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be the same when they come back. Let me tell you that.
No, because the thing is, though, you talk about guys who have been there the longest. I'm going to talk about easily the Briscoe brothers.
Because Jay Lethal when that coming back, the Briscoes ain't coming back. You may get Jonathan Grissom, but you're not really getting any top names like you used to.
The thing is, though, is that whenever Ring of Honor first started, they relied on talent that people had never heard of. Between Amazing Red and Jay Briscoe at one point. So it's going to be like that in sort of situation, and to where hey, it's like, what can we do? What can we do in that sort of situation? Say, hey, let's get these talent, let's get these kids, and say, let's go ahead and bring you on our card and sign you up and be able to get you into a place where you need to be. As far as the talent-wise, you mentioned Briscoe brothers, Jay Lethal, they may not come back, but they had to start from the bottom like they first did to get to where they're at. And that's exactly what we're going to be seeing. And yet, and I find this coincidence, and I do find this coincidence for tonight. Final Battle. You talked about this. Final Battle being their last pay-per-view. So and if I was those that are in this card tonight, enjoy it. The commentators like Eric
I would give everything you have, because this could be their very final battle. Period. There's no guarantee, especially those athletes that don't have, they don't have another promotion tomorrow. Going forward, there's no guarantee for some of these wrestlers that there will be tomorrow in wrestling, commentating, refereeing, announcers, whatever. So Final Battle is really emphasizing on what this really means for a lot of these athletes. Listen, I know we are talking about all this here, but let's take a quick break, because when we come back, we could go over some few matches, okay, and wrap up our show here. Don't go anywhere, right here on the J&J Talk Show.
show. Baby, I'm slow. Gonna creep into my eyes, snail show. Until the spring liberates me from my winter hell. I've got candles and candy. I can be your daddy if you want.
The song's called True by Lars Erickson.
I like it.
Liking it?
Kind of gives me jazz vibes. I like it. I like it.
A little bit of cool jazz here. All right, listen, hey, let's not forget about tomorrow, by the way. We will be back live here from 9:30 to 11:30 in the afternoon, in the evening, right? And so if you guys got nothing better to do, please hit that like, share, subscribe, and tune us in tomorrow. Let's have a party down in the chat zone. We're going to be talking about Hangman Adam Page taking on Bryan Danielson this Wednesday night. I know you got a lot to talk about there, so that's one of the things we're gonna be talking about. Trey propped up a question during the break, probably before the break here, and he was asking, well, you know what, Trey, here, let me say this. Listen, we did thank all of our TikTok followers that blew up last night. Go check out our show from the beginning, because that's the first thing I talked about. Okay. Anyways, Trey propped up this question here. Does AEW has too many wrestlers to has AEW signed too many wrestlers? Do they really need more?
Honestly,
I think that would be hey, don't say nothing, because we'll talk about that tomorrow. I think that would be a good conversation for tomorrow as well. So we'll save that.
It's all about tonight. It's all about tonight.
It's all about tonight. It's all about tonight because, listen, Ring of Honor, I was not that into Ring of Honor, right? I was a late bloomer when it came down to Ring of Honor. Growing up on the West Coast, we didn't get it on TV. And so now being able to watch Ring of Honor and tuning into a little bit more, I became a kind of more of a background fan and, a fan from a distance. And now to see it possibly ending, it's like it's almost like if WWE stopped doing products, it's like it's kind of like taken out of your heart there. So, so it's definitely going to hit hard. Tomorrow's going to be another reality waking. It's kind of almost like it's surreal. It's it's unreal here. But anyways, couple matches. We got all the titles on the line. Do you have the match card in front of you, or do you want me to read them out?
I do know two matches, but I do want to point out that the Ring of Honor World Championship will not be on the line because Bandito will not be there because of COVID. So unfortunately, we cannot see the world champion.
I'm gonna piss off some people. I know I know he's out because of COVID, but story purposes, listen, he's just chickening out because he wants to be the Ring of Honor champion heading out of there. I know that's a bunch of bull crap, but that's what it is.
But I do. But I do know the two of the matches. But if you got the card in front of you, go ahead and
all right. So I have a little bit. I do want. Let me read off the card, and we could come back because the first question I asked is about who's replacing Bandito. Okay. So match number one. I think there's a 10-match card here lineup. Match number one: Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championships. The OSK Matt and I'm not. No, never mind. I'm not even gonna try pronouncing names. I'm terrible at that.
I can already tell you what it is. It's Matt
Tavern and Mike Bennett, the champions, take on the Briscoes, Jay and Matt Briscoe. That's for the
Mark
first.
Briscoe.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let's get you up on the big screen here. Yeah. Yep, share that. Share that. Has both of them signed that? By the way,
I see that both of them did sign that. Both of them did sign that. It is Matt Taven,
son of a bitch.
Matt Taven and Mike. Matt Taven and Michael Bennett taking on the team that has won the Ring of Honor World Tag Team titles for I can't tell you how long, and of course better known as the team who has been there since day one, ever since they joined Ring of Honor, and that's talking about Mark and Jay, the Briscoe brothers, and yet they are going to throw down an incredible match. You have Matt Taven, former Ring of Honor World Champion.
We got this. I got 9 more matches. I got 11 minutes, 9 matches. Let's get through this. Ring of Honor World Television Championship. It's called a 4-corner survival match. Dalton Castle taking on the champion, taking on Rhett Titus, Silas Young, and Joe Hendry. Survivor. What's the 4-corner survivor match? What is that about?
So pretty much, it's kind of like a fair four-way match, except you're gonna have two starting in the ring, then you're gonna have two outside. Pretty much kind of like tagging your opponent in to get involved with the match. So it's weird, but it's what they've always done.
So Jake said, Trey just commented down below, said, "Hey, show your Abyss autograph." But wait, listen to me, because Trey's going to be on tomorrow night. Let's save that for tomorrow night. You
Yeah.
have we got the Abyss autograph that you got that Trey sent you. You owe him a shit tons for that. So tomorrow night, if you guys want, you will go ahead and show that right here on the screen. Yeah, we can't expose all the content tonight.
We got go ahead and continue with the match card, man. Go ahead and continue.
All right, Ring of Honor Pure Championship, Pure Rules match. Josh Woods champion taking on Brian Johnson. What is a Pure Rules match?
So pretty much what it is that it's pretty much kind of like a 3 rounds of wrestling, type of like a grapple style match. And there's pinfalls, submissions. So it's like 3 rounds, and you also are going to have judges involved.
How long is that match? Like, how long is the time? Like 5-minute time frames, or
I think like 5 minutes per round, I believe. So it definitely brings out like the technical wrestling.
And if you can't pin them in, within the 5 rounds, they go on to the next round, and then there's judges, right?
Yeah, there is judges though. Yeah.
All right. Ring of Honor Women's Championship match. Roxy as a champion taking on Willow.
That is for the Women of Honor title that they brought over a couple of years ago.
Ring of Honor 6-man tag team championship match. I think that Ring of Honor is the only product that has a 6-man tag team or triple threat title, championship. Shane Taylor and the promotions, or Shane Taylor's promotions, Moses Khan and O'Shea Edwards champions taking on the Righteous. Vincent, Bateman, and Dutch.
Yep, that is correct. That'll be for the 6-man tag team titles defended on tonight's card.
Number 6, Fight Without Honor. Kenny King taking on Shane Taylor. I think I'm excited about this one. Just hearing about this.
Yeah, so Fight Without Honor means that it is a match with no disqualifications, no code of honor, just a straight up brawl. Anything on the line, anything goes in this match.
I love the names of the stipulations, and something different, but they kind of almost mean the same. Dragon Lee taking on Ray Horace.
Ray Horace, yep, that is a match between 2 luchadors from CMLL.
I'm going Dragon Lee. I just like the Dragon Lee name. Yeah, I saw that. VLNCE UNLTD. That's the name of their team. Okay, I don't know if there's actually a pronunciation for that, but Brody King, Homicide, and Tony Deppen taking on Tracy Williams, Eli Isom, and Taylor Rust. Right, I apologize if I mispronounced the names here.
Yeah. So that was a team that Brody King and all of them recently joined Ring of Honor when they were taking on Jay Lee's group. So it's going to be an awesome 6-man tag.
Chelsea Green and the Hex, Allison Key and Marty. Is it Marty Bell from taking on Miranda Elise and the Allure, if I say that right, Angelina Love and Mandy Leon.
Mandy Leon is pretty much in this match one of the OGs in the six woman tag team match.
I'm just excited to see guys like Brody King, Homicide, Angelina Love. I love Angelina Love. She was kind of like the downgraded Ashley in WWE. I loved her work in Impact Wrestling. And then number 10, Jonathan Grissom. Now, this was supposed to be for the Ring of Honor Championship, right? But Bandino was tested positive for COVID earlier this week. Is not going to be able to be at the match. It sucks. I think it hurts probably more for Bandino not being able to be here. But the opponent that he's going to have. Who is he going to have to face? Jay Lethal. No,
before I get to this man, I'll tell you this. This is a man who is a former Ring of Honor World Champion, a former Ring of Honor World Television Champion.
Can I guess the name? Has he been in any other promotions? I mean, is a person that I
Right now, yes, he is in a different promotion outside of Ring of Honor.
All right. Give me some hint. Do I know this person?
Yes, you do. You do.
Okay. It's not Jay Lethal, is it? I mean,
It is. It is Jay
it is.
Lethal. Jonathan Gresham takes on Jay Lethal. Tony Khan gave the approval. He's actually going to be in
Right.
the
Makes sense.
production of this match. And the reason why they gave Jay Lethal is because they know the history between Gresham and Lethal. And Lethal knows that he's pretty much one of the oldest, besides the Briscoe brothers, to be with Ring of Honor the longest. I mean, I mentioned the history. He has a lot of history with Ring of Honor. So Tony Khan says, if you want to be in the main event, go be in the main event. I will help
That's
out
the
with
main
the
event, yeah.
production.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
it'll be
it sucks
Gresham.
for Bandino. It definitely sucks for Bandino not being able to be there, unfortunately. But there's a lot going on when you bring back Jay Lethal, who recently signed with AEW, moved about a month ago, right? Moved from Ring
Yeah,
of Honor to AEW, and now get to finally close things out. I could almost tell you that Jay Lethal probably will go over on this one to finish things.
No,
But
the thing is, I got Gresham on this one, but I got
you do?
Goosebumps because the thing is, this match is just so. No, listen to me. This match is so incredible because of how much chemistry both Gresham and Lethal has. Lethal being the veteran, and yet Gresham being the guy who is trying to be able to carry what Lethal brought to Ring of Honor. So yet the fact that we get a chance to end with a main event between two incredible athletes, two incredible wrestlers. This is a really awesome match, and I cannot wait for it to be the main event. And what a coincidence
You know,
to have
I've
it
never
out
been
on Final
excited
Battle.
for so just recently, I was so into the promotion for Full Gear, and that's
Yeah.
kind of like before, like back with TNA, right, with Bound for Glory and all that stuff going on with TNA when it was called TNA. I was never really excited or got excited for outside promotion, pay-per-views. Now you have, Full Gear. I got into it. And now, especially this one tonight,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken, there's also a UFC boxing fight, right?
A
'Cause
UFC.
Or isn't one of the Paul brothers supposed to be competing? Don't you also have you have two two football athletes also UFC tonight?
I think you also have a UFC event. But I do want to tell you guys, if you guys do tune in and you're just a first time viewer, and I want to go ahead and tell you this before you question yourself. So what Ring of Honor does before and after the match, but outside of the Fight Without Honor match, they do a code of honor, which means you shake your opponent's hand before the match and then after the match. But if you're healed, you don't have to. If you don't want
That's the
to.
collegiate thing. I mean, that's something that you learned in high school if you wrestled in high school.
I mean, this has like been a tradition with Ring of Honor ever since the beginning. It's always been like
Yeah.
that. But the Fight Without Honor match, pretty much, there's no code of honor. There's nothing but brawling going on. So, yet, for those of you who are going to be tuning in, just enjoy the moment, enjoy the pay per view because it'll be the last time until April we get a chance to see Ring of Honor again.
Hopefully, I'd say that
Hopefully,
with
hopefully.
some ease because I sometimes I have a little bit of doubt, but
Yeah.
I mean it's Ring of Honor. I mean I've got to stay somewhat hopeful that they're going to return here. But listen, hey, great 2 hours, I could say the least, right? Great conversations. We're going to do this again tomorrow night. If you guys haven't checked us out on Sunday nights, 9:30 to 11:30 right now, we got a lot more talking coming up here about. We're going to talk more about what we're, bringing up to the table. You're going to want to recap Ring of Honor, AEW, Hangman, Adam Page taking on Bryan Danielson. I will tell you this.
Yep.
I thought maybe it was way too soon to have this match. I thought this should have been pushed out a little longer, but we're gonna see it on Wednesday night, Dynamite.
Also, don't forget we will be talking about Gargano and Kyle O'Reilly's situation with NXT as well.
Gargano, Hangman, AEW, Ring of Honor. We gotta talk about some WWE as well.
Of course,
so a lot of action tomorrow night. Hit that like, share, subscribe button. You can check us out on Spotify, YouTube. If you want to reach out to us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok as well. Thank you for all the new followers on TikTok, and we'll look forward to seeing you on our show and our chat comments down below. Until next time, for Jake and everyone in the crew, I'm Justin. You guys have yourself a wonderful Saturday day. Adios.